House to Home, brought to you by RE/MAX Diamond Realty.
All right, hop day, everybody. Welcome back to House to Home. This is the segment of the program where we talk about all things that you need to know pertinent to real estate. Now, of course, Liz Duenas is here. And trust me when I tell you, she can talk about any number of topics. We were talking about oceanography before we went on the air, but we are going to talk, of course, about things with real estate. Hi, Liz.
Hi there.
Okay, so last week you, of course, weren't here, but we were talking about what you need to do if you're looking to rent out your property. Tonight, let's take the other side of the coin. What if you are looking to sell a property and get it listed? How would one go about doing that?
Okay, first of all, we recommend that you contact a realtor. Mm-hmm. And the realtors here are part of the Guam Association of Realtors and also part of the National Association of Realtors. And so we're governed by certain standards. Now, when you pick your realtor, you can go through the website and select a realtor. That realtor will assist you in the process. What the realtor would do is come and inspect the property. So, for example, if you have a house for sale or land, vacant land, they will go out and do an inspection and do an assessment. So, for example, if you're selling a house, we will come out, look at the house, make some recommendations. So, for example, the house needs some painting or some tweaking to make it more desirable when we do our showings. So what our job would be to assist you in getting it show ready. Also to give you an assessment as to if you did certain things to the house, would it improve the value of your property, or are you just throwing money down a hole? Exactly. So with some property owners, if we do an assessment and the values at that time is X amount, and if you put in $20,000, $30,000 worth of improvement, are you going to get that money back? So I wouldn't want you to spend money if the value wouldn't warrant you getting the money back. However, if the property would increase in value, then I'll say, okay, redo the kitchen.
Hence the term, the money pit.
Yes, yes, exactly. So I would say you can paint here. Sometimes it's just a matter of cosmetics. Mm-hmm. We would recommend that they declutter the home, do some painting here and there, or some cosmetic. Or if there's certain things that need repairs, we'll say, repair this, do that. Or even the curb appeal from the exterior, if there's certain things that need to get done. So number one is doing an inspection and then making recommendations. The other thing would be going back to the office, looking in our multiple listing service of what properties have sold. What would your property compare with other homes that have sold? How would that affect your value? So for example, if your house is worth $250,000, that's pretty much, let's say, what you want to sell the house for. But when I do my assessment, other homes of similar size and number of bedrooms sold for $225,000. Then I'd go back to it and I'll say, hey, I know you want $250,000, but the current market value is $225,000. My recommendation is that we put it on the market for $225,000. Mm-hmm. Because what will happen is if we put it on the market for $225,000, a potential buyer says, okay, yes, I want to buy it for $250,000. But when they go to the bank process and it doesn't appraise, the deal's dead.
Even if I put like one of those really fancy screen doors in the front with like a, with the ostrich and everything like that, I can't jack the price up by $25,000?
Sorry. And what happens is we've gone through the exercise, mm-hmm. and it'll be a futile process if we can't complete the transaction. So as a realtor, my job is to help you. Let's go with the market value, put it on the market, so once it gets out there, appraisal will be close to the asking price that we've placed it on the market for. Otherwise, the deal dies. Or the other thing is you would have to agree to sell it for the price. If you asked $250,000 and it appraised at $225,000, you'd have to reduce your price to match the appraisal value in order to move forward.
Now, there's something I'm interested in finding out from you is where, as a realtor, like where's the delineation between what you can reasonably appraise as far as, you said like with touch-up work and with paint and with stuff like that, with maybe more technical work like, like assessing the plumbing and the electrical and, and the quality of it. Yeah. At what point do you hand that off to like another type of
specialist? As a realtor, we stick within our line of expertise. Mm-hmm. If they're plumbing, usually a buyer will want to do their own inspection. They'll hire their own inspector. And there are a number of certified inspectors out there. Okay. When they come in, they'll look at the plumbing. They'll look at the electrical. They'll test it. They'll look at other things that we are out of our line of expertise. By the way, we stay out of that. Even when we deal with our comparative market analysis is based on data. Everything we work with is based on data, and of course based on the years of experience we have. When it has to do with plumbing, electrical, structural, civil, attorney work, we back off.
How about if I'm like many Guam families out here, you know, we have a tendency to build extensions for our home, or like some families, they even build like a second floor on top of that if they have, you know, grandchildren and everything like that.
Well, one of the things is usually when a buyer comes in, they will ask, is there a floor plan? Is there structural? Is there something? Because they want to see that as part of their due diligence. What we would concern ourselves is from the rear, there's usually a setback of 10 feet from the sides and from the front. We always check just to make sure, is it in conformance with the code and with Guam law? So anything having to do with the structure, we would ask the buyer to, of course, do their due diligence, contact an engineer, an inspector, and then look at the floor plans. There is a responsibility as well to the buyer to do their due diligence to ensure that they are getting a structurally fit home.
And of course, you are a licensed realtor, as are your colleagues and everything, so you can make sure that the person looking to sell gets a fair price for them, and for the buyer, they know they're not getting ripped off.
Exactly.
All right, Alyssa, thank you so much. We
Thank
appreciate
you.
it. All right, stay tuned, everybody, because we are back more when we return.